Hello everyone, welcome again to another series of video from Electronics Eternity. So this video will be the continuation of our JS charts. Previously we did a video on bar charts, which is the JS charts as well. This time around we'll be looking into line charts. So if you haven't checked out the first part of the video, be sure to check that because we won't be diving deep into details as we did in the first video, as we have already done that in the first part of the video. So this time around it will be more straightforward and focused towards line chart. Okay, so as you can see, we have two line charts over here, right? So we have one line chart on the left, which is just one uh, one array of data, and whereas on the right side we have three arrays of data. So without further ado, let's jump into the code. So this is how the code looks like. So as usual, we have the bootstrap uh, links, as you can see, bootstrap and everything, and we have finally the link for the JS charts over here, right? So that's very basic, where we would always call this out at the header of the HTML file, right? Next is we have the division, which basically says JS charts, which we could see over here. And next we will jump into the body, which carries the code for our JS chart, right? So if you could see, I have declared this particular division as a row because within the same row we have two JS line charts, okay, and we want it to be next to each other, right? So we have declared this as a row, and within the same row we have two canvas, which is our two charts. One is this, and another one is this one, right? My bad, I actually moved it, right? So which is my chart 4. So I just want you to understand that we can use the bootstrap segmentations, and we could place our canvas, or we could place our charts in this case according to where we want it and what should be the size, right? So in this case it would take up 6 columns. Both of the charts will take up 6 columns, right? So next, let's go to the script. We could see the script over here. We have X values, which represent the years, and we have Y values, which represents whatever. It's basically a number. So in this case it's a world wine production, so this is the number, right? So uh, we have declared my chart 3 over here, and the same we'll do over here, because now we are going to define the properties of the chart. So label X values, data set is basically uh, where we will contain the data and also the attributes of our chart. So in this case we have point style triangle. So if we want to simply swap this to circle, we can do so by saving the file, and then let's go here, we refresh, and we could see we have circles, right? So there are like a few pointers that I could use, and of course, like all these attributes will be there in our JS chart. So if we go to the JS chart and get started, so chart types, line chart, right? So we can find all these attributes, like where is the pointer, right? So this is the point style. You click on the point style, and where do you have it? Point style, click more. See, you have all the point style over here, which could be circle, cross, or triangle, or basically just whatever, right? So all this information is there in the JS chart, like we talked about in our first video, right? So let's go back to the chart, and this is the point style, and I have my background color and my border color. So, and I have point border color. So this is the color that that shows when I point to something, right? So this is RGB, and we have point border color and then point hover border color. which is red and green, that would give you yellow, right? So point background color is the next one. RGB, so which is when you point to it, it will basically be blue, right? So border background color, and then we have the border color. So this is when without this is the color when we are not pointing at it. However, when we are pointing at it, it would give us a different color. So like this, that's the only difference. Point background color. So again, it's pretty much the same color. This is RGB, so this is a darker blue, and this is just a lighter blue, right? Point hover border width. So if we increase this, for example, if we increase this to 5, this is what's going to happen. So basically the hover color would be thicker, that's all, right? So you could adjust these values according to your need, but then 5 seems like too big, so I'm going to just stick with 2. Point hover border width. So point hover radius, let's see, so this is the overall radius, I guess. So when it's 4 and when you hover over it, it'll become slightly larger. So maybe let's see what happens if we put 10, right? See, it's when we hover over it, it becomes a lot larger, right? So you can use this to accentuate the details as you want, right? It's entirely up to you. What do you like, what do you want to change? Again, all these attributes are there in the website, so you can go through every one of these attributes and then see what do you need to use and just use it accordingly. So every detail is here. It's for you to like go through it, read and understand, and make use of that information. So that's about the first one. So again, this is just the legends and title. So title, we're displaying it, so we set to true, and the title is World Wine Production, right? So that's about it for the first script. Now let's look into the second one. So the second one is pretty similar. However, we have 3 values described over here, right? So we have the year, and we have y values, which is one array of values, and z values another array of values. So you can plot all these values, right? For example, labels x value, and then within the data set you can put y values, right, which is this one, and sorry, it's this one, right? And you could open the curly bracket again and key in another one, z values, right? And sorry, another array of values, and you can declare the attributes and everything, right? So you just have to put data, and then you put y values, sorry, you put data over here, and then you put the new data values, which is z values. And even if you don't declare it into an array like this, you could also just simply type in the numbers over here, and you can plot another array of values, right? So you can do that over here as well. So just in case if we are exporting values from a particular table or whatever, you can make use of this. And even over here you can do the same as well, right? So I just wanted to show you 2 different ways of doing this. And we have different plotting colors over here. So we have the background color, which is green, and we have this background color, which is red. As you could see, we have green and we have red over here. So that's about it, right? So this is the red one, this is the green one, this is the original one which we had over here. As you can see, the resemblance of the shape is exactly the same actually, right? So I think that's the idea that I wanted to convey in my second line chart, that you could have more than one array of data, basically more than one line, right? So that's about it for our JS chart. So in short, this is a very straightforward way of doing this, and I just wanted to demonstrate that you could have 2 charts next to each other by using Bootstrap segmentations, and that's about it then. And we could also have like various attributes being configured for the JS chart. We just have to go through this website over here and go through it, read and understand, and see which one you want to use and experiment which one makes your graph looks more representable or meaningful. Alright, so with that, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you have learned something new. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.